Hey, all you cool cats and gamers! Welcome back to No Category Left Behind, the GDQ Hotfix show that showcases category extension speedruns. I'm your host, Nuclear, and I've got with me Okwerdz to showcase Final Fantasy VII Remake. Before we get into that, though, just a couple announcements here. If you want to follow what GDQ does and what they're up to, use command links in Twitch chat to see all things GDQ. Also, a reminder that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with Hotfix and with AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily GDQ content. And with that, I'll go ahead and pass things over to Okwerdz to let us know what we will be seeing today. Take it away.
What's up, GDQ? How you guys doing? I go by the name of Okwerdz. I rap for a living and recently found out that I could speedrun video games during the pandemic. Today, we are taking you through Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC called Intermission with the classic character Yuffie. I'm accompanied by my esteemed colleague, the world record holder and mastermind of this category, VXC. Tell him what's up.
Hi, I'm VXC, also known as Violacore or Violax, as Nukes calls me. I've run all the categories for Yuffie on the leaderboard, yeah.
Not just here for commentary, he's also here for my emotional support because this game is heavy RNG, heavy memes, and they will be plentiful today. But I'm ready to get into it, man. Let's push through. Today's motto is embrace the memes. Let's go. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's get it.
All right. So this first part of the run, we have to do 4 fights with a particular RNG element. After each fight, Yuffie will do a dance that takes about 4 seconds. We're going to try our best to get the skip, but it's we have to worry about ATB, positioning, what kind of aggro each of the enemies have, and yeah, that's this dance right there. Ideally, we get the skip, but if even if we do everything correctly, sometimes the game just says no, you're dancing anyway.
Double
just
dance.
Like that.
Let's go.
Yeah, that one, Okwerdz didn't really do anything wrong. The game just said, I think you should dance.
Just felt like dancing. Nothing wrong with a little dancing.
If you feel like dancing, you should post your emotes in chat because this game has a lot of banger music.
Think you can take me?
Right. So this one this is kind of a YOLO strat actually, and awesome. The Drake did not fly somewhere else.
Yeah, we got lucky. I'm gonna do the save load as well if you want to explain that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a save load. It sounds exactly like what it's called. Once the shuriken hits that switch up there in the top right, it'll start the elevator. So once we can do the save and reload, and the elevator platform will be automatically be lowered to the bottom.
Yeah, not sure what kind of time that saves real time, but I just really want to showcase like what we would do in a real run.
It does save real time on PS5. It saves a lot more time.
Oh, this guy is really far away. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. It saves a lot more time in game. Since we are running on PC here, very far away on the wall. No. That is really bad RNG.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. It's fine though.
Yeah. No dance though, so let's take that.
Yeah, so one of the main things about this run, guys, it's very based on RNG, and we really want the enemies to spawn as close to each other as possible so we can kill them fast. But as you can see, sometimes they just want to spawn on the wall and extremely far away. So remember, guys, embrace the memes. Embrace the memes.
So this upcoming fight...
We did all we could.
Oh. So this upcoming fight is 2 Wayward Wolves. And Final Fantasy VII Remake borrows something from Final Fantasy 13 called the stagger system, where when an enemy is staggered, they take increased damage, and they also don't really do anything, so you can just beat up on them really fast.
This is one of the things I'm most scared of about this run today.
Yeah.
You guys heard the movie Teen Wolf? These are the meme wolves.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to aggro the wolf on the left so that it charges at us. We're going to stand next to the other wolf and then we're gonna perfect
Oh,
guard its
God.
attack.
Oh boy, we got memed pretty badly.
Hey, still got it.
We got one of them at least.
No, you got both.
Yeah, that was all right.
So one of the quirky
it
things.
automatically threw at the wrong one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the quirky things about the perfect guard is that even though you're only guarding one of the attacks, the hitbox hits both of them. And normally you'd have to fill a full pressure bar to put them into stagger, but that one just instantly puts them into stagger because it's easy mode.
Yeah, and another wacky thing about this game is the targeting system. As you can see, I was pointed at one wolf and it threw at the other one, which can be very fun at times. So that's one wolf meme today. We have one more wolf fight later down the line. I don't want to get memed by both wolf fights today, so I'm going to try my best to get a good wolf fight.
That rotten egg smell's gone. Must have gotten used to it.
If you guys ever watch my stream, you know how much I hate those wolves with my entire being. Every thread of my existence hates those wolves.
Talking to myself. City's getting to me.
Wait, did you just...
Now we're going to make our way into Midgar. This is one of the slowest parts of the run where we have to talk to a lot of people to
gonna be good for any of us.
progress the story. So
It's
we can
also
move
where
on.
runs go to die.
Yeah? Why didn't you tell me before?
I figured...
You have to do this little slow walk, but after this slow walk is Fort Condor.
Oh gosh.
What exactly
The
is a W?
Yuffie DLC revolves around this Fort Condor minigame. In the original Final Fantasy VII game, it's a tower defense game. This one's more of a tower offense game. Instead of defending from enemies, you want to destroy the middle tower.
I know exactly what you're saying.
There's going to be 2 side towers as well, but we can ignore those.
All over me?
In the easy category, we can completely ignore the 2 side ones, and if we get the units we need. So in the first draw, we are hoping for a red soldier, and then the second draw, we're hoping for a dog, a guard dog. So
If you had an idea...
hopefully we
Yeah.
can get that.
This is one of the worst things of a one-try run, because normally we would reset if we get the bad RNG off top.
Or
If it
And
if
you
we get
can't
good
even
on
reset. This is like a straight Alt F4 situation to get out of the game. You can't even get out of it. Let's see what we got. It's manageable.
no.
Old
Yeah,
school
yeah.
strat. Old school
We
strat.
can't get the fast fight, but we can still do this pretty quickly.
Yeah. Lots of tutorials when you play on this mode.
So the board we start off with has we have the ability to cast fire as well as cure. So we mostly want to keep the dog alive. The dog is the
Yep.
unit that moves the fastest, as
I'll
well
be
as
curing
does the
him
most damage.
immediately.
Yeah, the dog does the most damage to the towers as well.
That wasn't bad, actually.
Yeah, So
For the
that was
RNG
just
we
about
got, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
yeah, that's just a 5-second time loss over the fast strat. So not bad at all.
Well,
And now
I'm
we
glad-
have a lot of talking.
Glad Fort Condor is over with, guys. That's a big load off my chest.
whatever. Bring it on.
What were you gonna say? My
so-
fault.
No, yeah, so yeah, Fort Condor is the last major reset point if you're grinding runs because of that RNG, especially for the new game categories. In the new game plus categories, it's free, like completely free.
Yeah, we basically now have to talk to everybody 2 times, and that'll progress the story. We get to talk to a couple other people, and that will progress the story and get our partner to show up.
You must be tired of all that
Yeah, and then we should probably actually talk about what Yuffie can do. So Yuffie, since in this DLC we can only control Yuffie, we do get a partner character named Sonon, but we can't control him directly. We can issue him like ATB commands,
Let's just say it's mature. There's lots of different.
but
I think like bars
we can't like tell him to like attack or to target this.
And we
It's
can't
all
just
based
straight
off what
control
Yuffie's
him
doing.
either.
Yeah, we can't switch to him.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's kind of
But
like if you
Yuffie-
guys have played the full game before, it's like Red's character in the full game. He's there, and he can attack, but you can't directly control him.
Man deserves some to tell.
But since Yuffie is the only one we can control, she has kind of like overpowered abilities and is balanced around both physical and magical damage. So her regular attacks do physical damage, but she also has the ability to throw her shuriken. And when she throws her shuriken, that does physical. It attaches to enemies and does like take damage to them,
Nope.
as well as you get the ability to do magic attacks.
Sadly, some have even gone
And that has other effects as well. In that earlier part, we were favoring an ability called Windstorm, which has two different versions. It has a melee version and a ranged version. And the melee version hits a big AoE right around Yuffie.
Now we must speak to Chadley, as I like to call him, Giga Chadley.
Yeah. And then the ranged version of Windstorm does AoE damage around whatever enemy the shuriken is attached to. But it's a smaller AoE, but it also does like 15 to 20% more damage and has a faster animation. So we like the ranged Windstorm a lot. And now we get Sonon.
A little bit more walking, folks, and then it's going to be all action, fast-paced action for the rest of the run. You just got to get a little bit of talking and progression out of the way. And we're going to be coming up on our first menu, which
All set?
thankfully there's only 2 menus in the game. When I first started running this game, you had the menu 5 times, and
To pick up your ID.
if you're not so fast with inputs, especially me being the only runner who runs on mouse and keyboard of this game, menuing can be a little tricky because we have to be all over the keyboard, man. Like the down arrows, the mouse wheel, mouse clicking, F1, F4. It's a lot of random buttons that I have to reach to very fast. So I was very thankful when we got down to 2 menus instead of 5. It literally saved me minutes.
So Yuffie, what do
Yeah,
you
this
recommend?
route, we cut out an ability called Elemental Ninjutsu. We would have to learn the ability either before we get to Sector 7 or in the couple fights after Sector 7, after we leave Sector 7 in this part. And to do that quickly, we go into the menu and add abilities to the quick command slots.
Like it here?
But
Thought you hated it.
we realized that we didn't really need that. We have all the tools we need to beat a lot of fights really fast and just focus on just using Yuffie's base abilities, which are Windstorm and Art of War. Art of War is a big physical combo attack, and which also boosts the next ability that you use, so it's really neat.
What's up? Those guys there?
But that helped cut down the menus.
Yeah,
And these
big
people are
time.
not important. Don't ignore
Yeah.
them. They're not. They're just.
Never heard of these
they're
guys.
They're just mobs.
Tifa, Barrett, never heard of them. Never heard of them.
Proudly carry Fort Condor.
Right.
All right, so there's menu coming up also. There's another save load that comes up where it skips a few seconds of dialogue to save the game and load it. We used to do it in 2 separate menus. It was a part of like the 5 menus. So now we're going to do the menu, move some materia around, and then save load all within the same menu. So it's much smoother than opening up the menu twice. And hopefully I don't mess it up. It's
Yeah,
pretty,
Sonon.
pretty intense, pretty wacky with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
I
Sonon
can't
has
really.
the.
Oh, go ahead. I can't really press the down keys on my thing. I have to literally do it with mouse wheel, so it's a little weird. Let's see what happens.
So Sonon has the first strike materia, which gives you an ATB boost at the start of every battle. So we want that on Yuffie because she's going to be doing all the work. But we also give Sonon the synergy materia and link that with lightning materia. You'll see this a little bit in this fight.
So, like after we steal
Pretty good menu.
Yeah.
And not just
Not bad for
Okwerdz
a
is
mouse and
gonna-
keyboard guy.
but will prove that the
Yeah, Okwerdz is going to windstorm these guys a couple times, and they're going to go down. But
Hopefully,
synergy,
this is a pretty memey fight at times. So let's see how it goes.
yeah. For what I understand, synergy didn't work quite properly in the original Final Fantasy VII Remake, but they fixed it for the Intergrade version,
was
so
really
now it's
good.
kind of busted. Yeah, that was great.
Perfect fight. Awesome.
So whenever Yuffie uses an ATB ability, so in this case, it's going to be either Windstorm or Art of War. Sonon will cast Thunder on whatever enemy Yuffie is targeting. That Thundercast does not cost ATB, and it doesn't cost MP. Sonon will just do it. So it's great. It's busted.
I saw it while
Yeah.
scouting the area.
And the other attacks we do is called the deadly dodge, where you'll see it kind of do like a spin attack and then There's spamming the throw and retrieve the shuriken is also a very big factor, especially in the late game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about deadly dodge really. Yeah, so deadly dodge is when you see Yuffie doing a spin attack, like Link or something. So that's a cool move. It has a gathering effect, so it's a really good crowd control tool.
Yeah.
You get ATB for every enemy you hit as well.
If you ask me.
Deadly dodge. So deadly dodge is an ability that comes with one of the materia that Yuffie starts with, but it also has a secondary effect of. It has a ranged version as well. So if you throw the shuriken and do the deadly dodge inputs, the shuriken will move around in a circle of wherever Yuffie is when she uses that ability, and if you run away from it, the shuriken will still be spinning there. So we actually used that in the second Gorger fight at the start.
This guy
Or in the
right
first
here
Gorger fight at the start.
always reminds me of Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, this music is a bop as well, so feel free to enjoy it.
Yeah, I always envision like breakdancers breakdancing to this. This is a perfect breakdancing song. As we make our way to the factory, that has tons of memes waiting for us.
Yeah, so this is the factory chase sequence. So Yuffie is in Sector 7 to steal some materia but she needs to get access to Shinra headquarters, so her connection at Avalanche is, for some reason, getting chased
Okay,
by
they're
some
pretty far
soldiers.
away. That sucks. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is... Oh no, they're kind of
Yeah,
close
they
now.
came. Oh, they hit me. Nice. That's fine.
Yeah.
Safe strat. Now, if they're close, I can just throw the shuriken and windstorm and kill them. But they were a little spaced out, and I got the RNG of a hit, which is unfortunate. But whatever.
Yeah.
Still
So this is
pretty
a sequence...
clean.
Yeah, this is a sequence of a bunch of... we're going to do a fight and then hit a switch. And most of these fights... these are first couple fights, all the enemies will just go down to a ranged windstorm really fast.
What's our RNG?
And,
We got a great RNG here. I'm just going to wait. I don't want to look like an idiot. But normally, you want to try and... In a real run, I would try my best to throw in between those, but if you miss and it hits something and gets obstructed from your target, you will get a tutorial window that pops up reminding like, hey, idiot, make sure you hit your target, and that'll lose you a couple of seconds.
Yeah, the tutorial window
If
of
we can
shame.
get the stumble here. No stumble. Huh.
No, yeah.
Disappointed.
Yeah, there's a chance that Yuffie will do a stumbling animation where she actually moves faster. It saves maybe a second.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own theory of what causes it. We're not really sure. So this is the first auto scroller, which is kind of... There's 3 sets of boxes we can take. We do want to get as many high potions as we can. Eventually, we're gonna want to be keeping topped off on HP. Very soon, actually.
Very, very soon. In fact, after this fight.
But yeah, potions are going to be our only avenue of healing.
Yeah, we don't use any MP this entire run, do we?
Nope. I mean,
It's all abilities and potions.
you can cure right now if you wanted, but maybe not now. But you could have cured on the auto scroller, but you don't need to.
All right, here comes Horn Cripshay. He can be a jerk at times, but let's see
So this
how
is
it
Horn
goes.
Cripshay. Yeah. So the goal here is to stagger him as fast as possible. And if you see that orange bar, that's the pressure bar. And once that filled, he's staggered, and now we can just use an Art of War. And these fast rolls are doing, Okwerdz is doing
fight.
is, it's something that we can only do because we have the deadly dodge materia equipped. So if you throw a shuriken at an enemy, then do the deadly dodge inputs super fast, you get this faster roll.
And here comes our second and final menu. This one is kind of annoying. Oops.
So Okwerdz is equipping the Steel Reaper and upgrading it, setting it to auto upgrade to offensive
well.
as well as the Sonon's weapon. We also equipped the Sithonian armlet and the Gozu drive. So the Gozu drive is a super busted equip at 50 at
Didn't kill me
full
all the way.
HP with the Gozu drive equipped. Yuffie's damage output is increased by 50%.
Let's get to
Yeah, so you're gonna see me healing myself constantly in this run from this point forward, even if we're not in any kind of danger whatsoever. I'm gonna be healing anytime that I can. Primarily in cutscenes and when we're in places where we're just moving and I can't, and it doesn't take any time.
Alright. So now we have the climbing section of the game. There's a couple of them actually.
Here
And we
comes
also
our
have
good old
the
friend.
Wrathhound. The Wrathhound is a tank. So once again, we just want to stagger it as fast as possible, fill that pressure bar up. Once it's staggered, we can finally actually do damage. If you see that 160%, that's the multiplier.
Pretty good fight. All right, guys, remember those wolves that we had in the beginning of the game? Well, this is our second and final wolf fight, man. I really don't want to go 0-2 against the wolves today. So I'm going to do my best to kill these wolves in an orderly fashion.
That throw that Okwerdz just did through the little hole in the gate saves like 2 seconds. It feels good when you get it, and then it feels really awful when you don't.
All right, wolves, be nice.
Just leave us alone, will ya?
We're trying this.
Ah, come on. That's unfortunate. Big wolf memes. Extremely huge wolf memes. Let's go. Well,
Can't fault him for trying.
wolves ain't gonna let me live today, chat. Oh well.
Not what you said earlier
Which was...
about Avalanche. How it's
We live to fight another day, folks.
So one more tech that we should mention since we're coming up on the Leprechaun is the ninjutsu cancel. Okwerdz used it on the Wrathhound as well as on the Horned Cripshay. So her magic attacks, after she throws a shuriken and does an attack, we call that ninjutsu. And if you press guard, usually about when the kanji, when she does a magic attack, that is a character of kanji that appears. If you press guard when that appears, it cancels the animation of what Yuffie is doing. So you can go from, you can do like strings of like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 instead of a string of 1, 2, 3.
This is our
Or
boy
you can just-
Leprechaun.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a giant
Or you can
ostrich, folks.
Very quiet. As quiet as a...
Yeah. So Leprechaun has a really big arena, including a very long
There we
path
go, here,
to a
of course.
ladder we have to get to. Yeah. So we want to stagger it, and then we're gonna throw it and roll away. And Sonon's gonna do all the work.
He might. I might kill him right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the work. So Sonon's AI works in a couple of ways. If you're with Sonon, there's an oops.
There's that tutorial. The button to interact with this thing happens to be the same button that throws the shuriken. So sometimes that can happen and be weird. Sorry.
But yeah. So Sonon's AI. Well, first there's an option called synergizing. So when you see like the blue fire around the menu in the bottom left, that's when they're synergized, and that kind of links up what Sonon and Yuffie do. So if you're attacking an enemy, Sonon will also attack an enemy. If you're doing ninjutsu attacks on an enemy, Sonon will also do those magic attacks. When you're not synergized, Sonon will just go do whatever. And that's the one instance where the AI is actually super smart, is when the enemy is staggered. So since we stagger that Leprechaun, we unsynergize and Sonon just speed up on it. And if your damage rolls are lucky, Sonon will just kill it before you get to the ladder. But if not, Okwerdz got the windstorm, so. And this is the second long auto-scroller. It's about 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
And this is where we're going to get essentially all of our healing items for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we get a bunch of high potions. That first yellow box that Okwerdz broke has an elixir. There's going to be another yellow box coming up that has a turbo ether, which is pretty useless. And then there's 2 sets of 3 yellow boxes in cages. On the right is another elixir in the middle. And then on the left side has a set of ethers, a turbo ether, and 3 mega potions. The right side also has Phoenix Downs, which we hopefully don't need, as well as an item called
We
Celeris.
will not need them. I am not going to die here today, folks.
Yeah, there's also an item called Celeris that gives you haste effects, basically. but it costs 1 ATB to use an item in battle, so you need a really long battle for Celeris to be useful.
All right, that about does it.
Yeah. Before we forget, we should shout out Steamed.
Yeah, definitely, man. He was our other commentator. Couldn't make it today. Unfortunately, he's in Florida in the midst of the hurricane. So we wish him well. We wish him safety, as well as everybody in Florida dealing with that, man. Wish you could be here, buddy.
Yeah.
Also a
Steamed
master of this game as well.
Yeah, Steamed is great. He runs the base game, unlike us, but
Yeah.
also he's also a Yuffie hard runner. One of those, and was part of the big routing efforts we did
Really
a few
good
months
guy.
ago, along with Strife.
A lot of good people in this community, man. Definitely shout out to WoDB as well. When I first started running this game, you know, I pretty much learned everything from his run, and then VXC as well. Those two guys are pretty much instrumental in everything I learned on this game, honestly. And Sid as well. I study those guys' runs like crazy.
Yeah, the 7 Remake Discord community, the 7 Remake Speedrun community, I'm sorry, it's really
Yeah, it's
cool.
very
Everyone's
cool.
great.
Very cool.
Everyone's friendly and willing to help.
Just life depends on it.
And we're gonna make our way to like the main boss of the first chapter. It's a giant centipede. Any centipede enjoyers in chat? We're gonna try not to get any drone memes here.
That centipede enjoyers seem very specific. So this is Gigantipede. The first thing we want to do is we actually want to pressure it as fast as possible.
Couldn't they have made it less gross?
Yeah. So once it's pressured, we can just beat up on it. We'll do as much damage as we can, but it has a damage gate at 50% HP, and then we can just do nothing.
Yep. Now we wait because we can't do any more damage to him in this phase. Otherwise, it will stagger him, and he'll just sit there forever, and we'll just lose an immense amount of time. So literally, just want to wait. And as you can see, Yuffie has broken out of her incognito outfit to something that is a little more recognizable to Final Fantasy fans.
Oh, running away, are we?
Right.
So we just wait.
Yeah. Isn't this what is it? Scaffolding? Is that the word? Isn't it great?
You what?
Super nice. The walls we're staring at. Never mind. So yeah, the Gigantipede shows up on this wall, and the next thing he's going to do is he's going to send out a bunch of drones. So if we let them get out, they're going to fly all over the place, but we're just going to take them all out all at once. And now we just have to wait for it to land before we
And
can
we're
do
waiting for
anything
our
to it.
ATB also to go up so we can do some synergized attacks in a moment
Yeah.
here.
The segments between phases are so long that ATB just fills up
Why is it not doing
automatically.
it? There we go.
Yeah. So this is the first instance of the synchronized art of war. We're going to do that one more time to finish off the fight.
Yeah.
So-
and sometimes it doesn't kill him. I don't actually know. Maybe you know. I don't know what reason it wouldn't kill him. Sometimes I have to hit him one extra time.
Yeah, it should be a synchronized art of war plus synergy thunder to finish it off. That should be consistent.
I'm
unless
just
you get a crit.
spamming the one key, and hopefully this kills him. If it doesn't, it's fine. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
That was a great fight.
yeah, that was pretty clean.
Very clean fight.
Yeah, so
This guy,
when
where do
you
you think you're going, bro?
yeah,
What was that all about?
yeah.
And
When you're
this kid right
synchronized,
here around the corner, I hate this kid. Okay.
yeah, when you're synchronized, you also get these boosted dual abilities where Yuffie and Sonon attack in unison. So the synchronized art of war is the same as regular art of war, except super strong,
Yeah.
and it still has the function of boosting the next attack.
And here we come upon Steve Harrington once again, who is standing in the exact same spot since we last saw him.
You think Niall and the others
Yeah.
got away?
We don't use synchronized windstorm in this run, but synchronized windstorm.
It's very cool, though.
Yeah. The main use for synchronized windstorm is that if you have an enemy staggered and use synchronized windstorm, it will increase the stagger percent. So instead of doing instead of a 160% modifier, you can get a 240% modifier.
We used to use it quite a bit in the old route, towards the end game. Like when we used the ninja cannonball materia, we would use it. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, we can talk about Ninja Cannonball when we run past it and never
Yeah,
use
not
it.
get it. And now we're at Shinra for the final chapter of the game. This is where the biggest memes will occur.
Yeah. The actual story part of the Yuffie DLC is pretty short, just 2 chapters.
Yeah.
Weapons here, weapons there, weapons everywhere.
I don't know why I
but this
throw
is-
out these. There's never really anything in there. We don't really need it,
Yeah.
but I'm just. We
I
got
mean, if-
time to kill while these people talk, so I just look for something to do. We're gonna stand right here. It seems like a
Yeah.
safe enough spot, right, chat? Does this seem like a safe
Yeah.
spot to stand?
Behind bars, you mean?
Yeah. Nukes, is there any questions in chat or anything? Or
Say about it. Good on him.
I've had a lot of people asking Okwerdz if he could spit some bars.
My favorite topic.
Hey, perhaps we got to get through this run first, though, because we get into the thick of it right now, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
we gotta focus.
But if you are interested, if you type Okwerdz in on YouTube, you're gonna go down the craziest rabbit hole. We got like 30 million views on YouTube from rap battles, and I've done music with Tech Nine, Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan. Just lived my whole life making music. So yeah.
right. Anyway, so this is a sweeper and 2 slug rays. There's a chance that one of the slug rays will fly off really far, but hopefully we're gonna do 2 windstorms and just hit all of them. Yeah, perfect.
Toast. Now this is a good spot. We're gonna check if we took any damage. We did not, because we always want to stay healed at all times during this run.
All right, so this next fight is 2 mono drives. They're just going to die to a deadly dodge. But after that is 3 pairs of a slug ray and a shock ray. The first, there's 2 pairs that are close together. We're going to stare at one of them, and then there's in the back on the far opposite side, there's a slug ray and a shock ray, pretty far apart each from each
Some
other.
good
and far apart
memes
from
to
other
ensue
sets.
here.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a pretty bad RNG. There's some
Yeah,
other aspects
we'll see how it
like
goes.
slug rays. Yeah, slug rays are weak to magic, and shock rays are weak to physical attacks. But if we're doing a windstorm, they're just gonna die no matter what. Shock rays also have an ability to basically just kind of yoink
Where's the
itself
other one?
to protect one of the slug rays if you've done enough damage to
over
one of
here,
them.
huh? It's always this guy, man. It's
Yeah.
always
So
this
there's
guy, waiting all the way back here in the back.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Yeah. There's one more slug ray. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
And I got shocked. This is excellent. So, big memes. The memes are plentiful, folks. That was huge. That was, as we like to call, not optimal. That guy's just waiting all the way in the back, dude. I couldn't even reach him. What a jerk. I hate that guy, man.
Damn well, it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up there. Honestly, how do I do it? Now then, Sona.
So upcoming is 2 shock troopers, and if you've played the base game, you'll know that shock troopers are some of the roughest enemies to fight. They can dodge a lot of your attacks, and obviously they have like the ability to shock you and stun you.
Unless you just throw in Windstorm at them. And they die in like 2 seconds.
Yuffie, it takes a minute for them to like actually activate in this fight, but while they're doing that, you can do whatever you want. And add on top of that, that Yuffie is pretty busted, and they're just gonna melt.
I don't know why lately I've had no ATV there, so I always have to wait a little bit. I don't know. Usually I used to be able to just instantly kill them.
Yeah, I usually deadly dodge there first just to get it.
That's a good idea. There's another save load here. Skips a little bit of dialogue. Saves what, like 3 seconds or something like that, is it?
Yeah, it
depending
skips,
on how fast your menu is, I guess.
Yeah, it skips like a short walking section and some dialogue that lets us hit this switch immediately. And after this, the ninja cannonball is going to spawn right behind us, and we're going to ignore it.
Wait, is that a security?
Bye, Ninja Cannonball. It was fun. It is a fun little materia. It was fun to use.
The ninja cannonball gives us the ability to build ATB really fast for Sonon. But we don't really need Sonon that much.
Takes a long time to go get it, and you got to do an extra menu to equip it. Oh, what was
And
that?
this is the one optional fight in the run.
Yeah, the one time we can run, folks. And we didn't even get hit by lightning. What do you know?
Not yet.
Oh, we're good. We're
Okay,
good.
you're out. You're
We're
safe.
good. No lightning. No lightning. All right, here comes the mag trooper.
Yeah, this is an Arbor Magic Trooper. He's
very fun.
You can't use magic on it because it's a Magic Trooper. At 50% HP, he will eject. Apparently, in the original version of Remake, you can just destroy them. But
Perfect
in
fight.
Intergrade, you actually have to wait for them to eject now. But yeah, so it does a couple attacks, but we just
Oh no! Why did I do that? I thought I had
Yeah.
I picked Sonon to do that. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, we just used Art of War to armor through its attacks, and it just melts.
Yeah, you see Yuffie stop. Whenever you're running, you want to go fast. Always switch to Sonon to heal. If as you can see, if you accidentally do it with Yuffie, she will literally stop.
Yeah,
No good, no good.
Yeah, Okwerdz runs on keyboard and mouse, but most of I think he's the only one that runs keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one.
Yeah, but fun fact, if you're playing on gamepad and you hit L3, that lets you run and menu at the same time.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. So this is the Windstorm room. All these enemies have like super low HP compared to like any other version you see.
The Windstorm room, I like that.
Yeah, because you just run Windstorm, hit most of them, and then if you're lucky, Sonon will. If you have the right target, Sonon will cast Synergy Thunder and finish one
All
of
right,
them
guys.
off. Or you can just use your Shuriken.
This is the fight coming up that is probably the least likely to go well. But we're gonna try and crush it.
Yeah.
The double
this
mag
is
troopers.
Well, one's an armored magic trooper, and the other one is an armored shock trooper. So the magic trooper is immune to magic, but the shock trooper
We want to get them to blow up at the
is
same
weak to
time.
magic. Yeah.
And let's see
Ideally,
if we can do it.
ideally they blow up at the same time. So
Oh,
we're
boy.
gonna target the shock trooper, do a full string, and do a windstorm. The windstorm will hit both, and
got
then
good
Sonon
RNG
will
at
cast.
least.
Yeah, the Sonon will cast thunder on the shock trooper.
A little bit late on
And-
the explosion because he did a
Yeah.
EMP, but it's still okay.
Yeah,
Don't hit
and then
me.
we're just waiting for the magic trooper to eject, and
What?
then the
Oh
windstorm.
man, he's all the way up there, really?
Yeah.
What a
Shock
jerk.
trooper escaped.
What a
but-
jerk, dude. That was perfect, except he ran all the way up there. He would have died if he didn't run all the way up the stairs like a jerk.
Yeah, ideally,
What a nice
ideally the both of them stick close to each other so the windstorm hits both. But that one went upstairs, which doesn't happen that often. But
The fight honestly
that-
went really well, except for him running up the stairs.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect
Yeah.
if he didn't run up the stairs.
yeah, that fight is super rough casually because of the awkward geometry of that room, that second platform, and the fact that it's two armored units with different resistances.
Yeah, it honestly went better than I thought it would, though. I just figured it would be an absolute disaster. It was honestly perfect, except for him happened to having the RNG to skate upstairs. Otherwise, he would have been dead.
All right. So this is another fight with kind of rough RNG. These
big
are
memes ahead.
monodrive Mark IIs.
What do you
There's a
think, man?
chance-
We gonna get the quick kill, or are we gonna get the shields? What do you think?
Hopefully they both get hit. There's a chance that one of them moves out of the way. I believe in the RNG.
And we don't have any ATVs, so we're
That's
probably
fine,
in
just-
trouble. Oh, we still got it anyway. That's
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. The
That's
timing
That's
for
nice.
getting that windstorm off is actually pretty generous. If one of them survives, it's usually going to start off weak to magic, but the monodrive Mark IIs can swap between being immune to physical damage or immune to magical damage, and you just have to like pay attention.
And this is
and
also
respond
kind
to
of like
each if one
a
of them survives.
choose your own adventure part of the game where you can pick left or right, and each one has different enemies. Obviously, we have the route that gets it done faster. So we're gonna go
Yeah.
left, left, right, left.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a cutter. It has two arms, but we can ignore the arms. We're gonna do a bunch of ninjutsu attacks and hopefully pressure it before. Yeah, it's gonna aggro on Sonon, thankfully. Oops.
I was a
There
little
we
bit
go.
slow. I didn't quite hit him with the range that I wanted to, but it went pretty well.
Yeah. And this is the one instance in this segment where we go right. Shout outs to Catbuzz, I believe, who told me about this.
Yeah, because we used to go all left.
Yeah. So on the left side is a bunch of regular mono drives, and to do that you have to run and do a melee, or you kind of do like a dash attack and then do a melee windstorm. But
A
for
little bit
this, we
slower,
can just
but not to mention
Yeah.
also they can put up a shield and waste a lot of time. These guys
Yeah.
really straightforward. Throw in windstorm.
Yeah.
I think they even have a faster dying animation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
it's faster dying animation, and melee windstorm is also just a faster animation.
just like that, they're out of here.
So
Night,
yeah.
night, boys.
Lesson.
Analysis concluded.
Now back to the left.
Select ordnance type to deploy for this trial.
Now we get to go fight the moth unit. Honestly, for some reason, this fight is very satisfying to me. This is one of the few fights that is not RNG at all. So if anything goes wrong, it's 100% my fault. If you do everything right, this fight is extremely consistent. And I hope
This
I
fight
didn't
will,
just jinx myself for saying that.
Yeah. The Moth unit has spinny blades around it, so we don't want to get close, but it should melt to Windstorm, like most of the enemies in this game. 2 Windstorms, actually.
Perfect.
What's a good word to describe me?
Analysis concluded.
Legendary.
Beginning final.
Easy buckets.
Now it's the Death Wheel. I love the Death Wheel. I especially love it for taking
Death
20
Wheel,
seconds away from me
the
in my
only
PB.
thing that the only blemish on the world record on the only mistake that was there, and I wouldn't even call it a mistake. It really wasn't your fault. It's just Death Wheel, you know. Death Wheel's
I know
going Death
better.
Wheel, you know. He's going Death Wheel, going Death Wheel.
I know better how this fight works now, but we're gonna Windstorm it right away. If you notice, the word dodge appeared. So when the word dodge appears, that means that the shuriken did not attach. And if you Windstorm when the shuriken is not attached,
Got him.
the shuriken, the Windstorm will miss. That doesn't count if you Windstorm immediately, though. But yeah, Death Wheel goes down in 2 Windstorms.
Yep.
So even though it's kind of a
Alright.
rough fight, a rough RNG heavy fight, we have the tools to finish
Here
off
comes
really fast.
a real crucial part of the run coming up here. Scarlet, as I like to call Robo Karen. She definitely wants to speak to the manager.
Yeah.
We are going to. So here's the thing, okay? You can kill her in 2 phases. If you miss, you have to do it very quickly. If you don't kill her in 2 phases, you get a cutscene and a 3rd phase. So I really don't want to get a 3rd phase, man. Out of all the fights in this run, this is one that I really want to get. So we're gonna do our best, gang.
I do.
Here we
I
go.
think this is one of the rougher iterations of this fight.
Here we go.
First phase, we're just gonna beat up on it. So there's gonna be a Scarlet and the Crimson
Alright.
Mare body.
Pretty
We just wanna-
textbook first phase.
Yeah. And now in this next phase, she gets 2 arms.
Now this is where the
if she
fun
shoot-
begins. This is where the real fun begins, gang.
If her, yeah, one of her arms is going to shoot a laser. If it's the right arm, we are going to get hit. We cannot dodge that. Oh, we're good. We got the left one, so we're good. We're going to take out both arms, and then we can just beat up on the body. So what Okwerdz is doing is throw and retrieve. Throw and retrieve is kind of like the best option we have in terms of like DPS, getting ATB, as well as not staggering too soon. But this is a
Perfect,
clean
let's go.
fight. That was
Woo!
a super clean
Let's
fight.
go, baby. Man, I was real nervous about that one. That just boosted my confidence real high. That was pretty much as good as it gets. So now we enter a super heavy RNG fight.
Yeah, so these are 3 deep ground soldiers. They can teleport around. Oh,
was
you almost
weird.
got the animation. Yeah, if you
I
get
pressed
close
the
to them,
wrong
they
button,
will.
unfortunately.
Yeah. There's one more.
Yeah, I messed
Okay.
this up a little bit. That's fine. Where's the last
And
one?
then that one.
Whatever. That wasn't very good, but I pressed the wrong
Yeah.
button, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Cost
those
me a
guys
little
will
bit of time.
teleport around. If you get too close to them, they'll do a melee animation attack that thankfully Sonon knocked Okwerdz out of.
All right, we're heading towards. We're already almost at the end of this thing.
Up next are 2. This is the projector section. We have to do a series of fights.
Really like him to stop.
Up next is the Nenes. We're going to Windstorm in the middle of them, which will gather them together. So this is the melee Windstorm.
Pretty good, pretty good. I never know where
And
these
this-
guys are going to be, man.
Yeah,
Fine.
I usually just stand next to the wall.
Joke's on you, shouldn't
But
gotta
this is going
hit
to be
the
3
middle
soldiers.
one.
this ugly boss.
Yeah. This next fight is 3 soldiers. So you can't defeat enemies before they're ready, otherwise they'll be
Easy.
left with 1 HP.
Man, the projector
so-
section has gone very well so far.
Yeah, so we had to wait a little bit before we could Windstorm all of them. And now is the actual projector.
There's gotta be a projector.
So there's going to be like a projector, which is going to be shielded, as well as, what is it called again? this thing, the Diabolic Creation. There we go. So we have to defeat the Diabolic Creation before we can fight the projector. Yeah, so just you have 2 ATB. Yeah, so we're good. So that one melts, and now with Okwerdz is going to do a Sync Art of War to just demolish this thing.
Very clean fight. That was perfect.
And
let's go.
Not max damage, but close.
That was very, very good. Man, the projector was very clean. The whole part was very clean. All right, now it's time for the final boss, the biggest meme of all. Will we get a good RNG, or will it be a wrap?
So if you know your Dirge of Cerberus lore, which I don't, you'll be familiar with this boss. This is Nero. I don't actually know who he is or what he does. He's just kind of like an experimental soldier in the basement.
Let's just pray that he doesn't stay up in 3rd phase, man. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Here goes.
So phase 1, Windstorm immediately. Also, no, that's fine. He got pressured. So we want to pressure him, and then we're gonna do. So we do not want to stagger him in phase 1. We're just trying to get him.
Now he's blocking. What a jerk! All right.
Yeah.
Good first phase, except for the block.
Okay, second phase coming up. We're gonna use a Windstorm to interrupt him again. Hopefully he doesn't use one of the uninterruptible attacks. But after that, we're going to phase 2 is when we want to stagger Nero.
Yeah, this is a cluster of RNG, man. This fight, but especially 3rd phase, it could really go anywhere, man. I always keep my limit break in my back pocket just in case it gets too weird. Even though it's a little bit slower in a run, but if you don't get the kill like you want, then it's nice to have in your back pocket.
Yeah. You can get limit by staggering 3 times or just taking enough damage. You'll get limit. Ideally, we just don't get
phase
hit.
though, except for he blocked for a couple of seconds. Other than that, it was pretty good.
Now then, where were we?
Don't know what this is.
Please stagger. He's supposed to stagger. Oh no, he didn't stagger. That's not good.
Yeah, no, that was not interruptible. There we go. So Nero has a damage gate, so we're going to take him to about 50% HP. And we have enough ATB. Yes, it's going to pop out like that.
Good second phase. Good second phase. All right, now this is where it gets weird, folks.
So Nero is going to
get ready with that time. I'm gonna let you know.
It'll be a little bit for it. Nero is going to teleport immediately, and hopefully he is on the ground.
Man, please, please, GDQ gods, be on the ground. Please be on the ground right now, please. I'm not asking for much, gang. Please be on the ground. It's gonna get weird if he's not. Let's see what happens. He's on the ground. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you.
If he's on the ground,
RNG.
we can use a synchronized Art of War to damage boost and immediately put him to pressure. And now we just beat up on him. We do not want to stagger him, but we want to get his HP low enough.
I think I am gonna stagger him, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's a little bit of a time loss, but it makes the final phase clean. And now we have limit too. All right. So now he's gonna do 1 attack, and then even though you can see his wings already, his wings are not out yet.
All right, let's see if we can get the kill, man. We're very close.
Yeah. So the weak point is his wings.
This Art of War hits him, he could be dead.
But he's going to teleport first.
Ah, we missed. Ah, what a jerk. All right.
Hey, just Art of War again.
Yeah. I'm going to actually limit break him, man. I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this. Get ready with the time. This boy's cooked.
So, unfortunately, he teleported really far away at the start. Otherwise, the synchronized Art of War would have killed him.
And time.
Yeah.
Let's go. 46-32. Let's go.
GG.
Hey, the end game was pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Except we got memed at the end of Nero, of course, which is
you got pretty rough RNG throughout.
Memes, you know?
Yeah, that's what this run is all about, man. GG, folks. Let's go. This is it. This is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for coming on and showcasing this. I want to give you
really
both an opportunity. Yeah, it was great to have you. I want to give you both an opportunity to give out any shout outs you'd like to.
Go ahead, VXC. Do your thing real quick.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in the Final Fantasy VII Remake Speedrun community.
Absolutely.
I know I've posted a lot in the Discord and asked a lot of questions. through all my Yuffie runs. If anyone is interested in learning the run, I have notes for literally all the categories on the leaderboard.
He is a mastermind, dude. He is an excellent help.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
it
of
for
course,
me.
man, if you like speedruns, normally I speedrun Resident Evil games on max difficulty. We have we had world record in Resident Evil 6, world record in RE7 for a second. I ran Village of Shadows RE8 for a year. And since today is RE3 day, tomorrow my Resident Evil 3 Remake Inferno speedrun grind begins tomorrow. So if you like pain, if you like suffering, give me a follow, man. Twitch.tv/Okwerdz209. I'd really be honored to have you in my community. I appreciate you guys for having me here on GDQ, man. That's my spiel. RIP to Sonon, man. No spoilers. Love y'all, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Speaking of Resident Evil chat, actually gonna be having a bunch of Resident Evil coming up here next on speedruns from the crit. We're just gonna take a quick little break, but make sure to stay tuned for that.